The function of neutral flux used in the pyrometallurgy of metal extraction is to increase the of the slag. A. Fluidity. B. Basicity. C. Acidity. D. Viscosity. The correct answer is fluidity. The thermodynamic law PV constant is not followed by the A. Free expansion of an ideal gas. B. Adiabatic expansion of steam in turbine. C. Adiabatic compression of air. D. Ideal compression of air. The correct answer is free expansion of an ideal gas. Pick out the wrong statement about the machinability of metals. Machinability of a metal. A. Decreases with increase in strain hardening tendencies. B. Decreases with increase in hardness in general. C. Depends on the composition microstructure and physical mechanical properties. D. Decreases with increases in tensile strength, decrease in grain size. The correct answer is decreases with increases in tensile strength, decrease in grain size. The refrigerant Freon 12 is chemically A. CCl2 fluor 2. B. CCl3 fluor. C. CCl3. D. CCl4 fluor. The correct answer is CCl2 fluor 2. Which of the following phenomenon will exhibit the minimum heat transfer? A. Boiling. B. Forced convection in air. C. Free convection in air. D. Conduction in air. The correct answer is conduction in air. Up to the critical radius of insulation, added insulation will A. Increase the heat loss. B. Decrease heat loss and will have no effect beyond that. C. Decrease heat flux. D. Reduce convection heat loss compared to conduction heat loss. The correct answer is decrease heat loss and will have no effect beyond that. Limestone is added in the blast furnace during pig iron manufacture to A. Form slag by combining with impurities. B. Supply heat by undergoing exothermic reaction with impurities. C. Reduce the coke consumption. D. Reduce slag viscosity. The correct answer is form slag by combining with impurities. Cementite is in the lamellar form in the phase of steel. A. Martensitic. B. Binitic. C. Perlitic. D. Ferritic. The correct answer is perlitic. To improve the machinability of steel, it is generally subjected to A. Spherodising. B. Tempering. C. normalizing. D. annealing. The correct answer is spherodising. Silicon in steel. A. Makes it usable in almost all magnetic circuits where alternating current is used. B. Increases its electrical resistivity and decreases the hysteresis loss. C. Is present up to 5-4 respectively when used in transformers, motor armatures. D. All ABC. The correct answer is all ABC. Dislocations are defects. A. Point. B. Line. C. Volume. D. None of these. The correct answer is line. The thickness of oxide film is Y at time T. If K1, K2 and K3 are the temperature-dependent constants, the parabolic law of oxidation is given by A. Y22 K1 T K2. B. Y K1 ln K2 T K3. C. Y K1 T K2. D. Y K1 T3 K2. The correct answer is Y22 K1 T K2. Which of the following has the least value of ultimate tensile strength UTS? A. Medium carbon steel. B. High carbon steel. C. Cast iron. D. Wrought iron. The correct answer is high carbon steel. Which of the following is a commonly used manometric liquid for low pressure range? A. Ethyl alcohol. B. Carbon tetrachloride. C. Glycerol. D. Ethylene glycol. The correct answer is carbon tetrachloride. The highest stress that a material can withstand for a specified length of time without excessive deformation is called the strength. A. Creep. B. Endurance. C. Fatigue. D. None of these. The correct answer is creep. Metal shots used in shot blasting are made of A. Stel-lite. B. Steel. C. Bronze. D. Lead. The correct answer is steel. At the point of boundary layer separation in fluid flow, the A. shear stress is maximum. B. velocity gradient is flat. C. density variation is maximum. D. shear stress is zero. The correct answer is shear stress is maximum. Brinell hardness number BHN for talc is approximately in the range of A. 15, B. 20-30, C. 100-150, D. 200-250. The correct answer is 20-30. A spring material should have low A. elastic limit, B. deflection value, C. fatigue resistance, D. none of these. The correct answer is none of these. Specific gravity of a metal which weighs 5 kg in air and 4 kg when submerged in water will be A. 5, B. 1.25, C. 2.5, D. 3.75. The correct answer is 5. Which of the following is an acidic constituent of BF slag? A. CO2, B. FeO, C. MgO, D. CaO. The correct answer is CO2. Alumina, silica, lime, and iron oxide are the basic raw material for the manufacture of Portland cement. The component of Portland cement which first hardens is A. 5CaO, 3L2O3, B. 3CaO, L2O3, C. 3CaO, CO2, D. 2CaO, CO2. The correct answer is 5CaO, 3L2O3. Material of construction of the electrode used in the electric resistance welding is A. stainless steel, B. graphite, C. copper, D. steel. The correct answer is copper. In practice, the compression ratio of compression ignition CI engine ranges from A. 15 to 25, B. 5 to 10, C. 40 to 55, D. 60 to 70. The correct answer is 15 to 25. Property of steel increases by addition of large amount of silicon in it. A. mechanical, B. machining, C. magnetic, D. refractory. The correct answer is magnetic. Stress cannot be sustained by a fluid in equilibrium. A. shear, B. tensile, C. compressive, D. none of these. The correct answer is shear. Test can be termed as the semi-destructive test. A. impact, B. torsion, C. hardness, D. charpy. The correct answer is hardness. Uniform ramming of sand in green sand molding process leads to A. reduced chance of gas porosity, B. greater dimensional stability of the casting, C. uniform flow of molten metal into the mold cavity, D. less sand expansion type of casting defect. The correct answer is greater dimensional stability of the casting. The yield point phenomenon observed in annealed low-carbon steel is due to the presence of the following element: A. silicon, B. carbon, C. phosphorus, D. chromium. The correct answer is carbon. The noble metals A. are exemplified by Na, K, and Li. B. do not resist corrosion very strongly. C. are the lowermost in the electrochemical series of metals. D. none of these. The correct answer is are the lowermost in the electrochemical series of metals. Which of the following is an example of cathodic protection of metals against corrosion? A. Painted steel. B. Galvanized iron. C. Case hardened steel. D. Lead-lined reactor. The correct answer is galvanized iron. Thermal efficiency of an internal combustion engine is around %. A. 8. B. 35. C. 65. D. 80. The correct answer is 35. Pick out the correct combination about the role of various additives used in polymers. A. Plasticizer increases the polymer strength. B. Heat stabilizer increases the maximum service temperature. C. Fillers does not affect the property of polymer but increases its weight. D. Lubricants increases the flexibility of polymers. The correct answer is fillers does not affect the property of polymer but increases its weight. The lightest non-inflammable gas is A. H2. B. He. C. Ar. D. O2. The correct answer is He. Silicon crystal can be converted to p-type semiconductor by doping with A. Phosphorus. B. Nitrogen. C. Carbon. D. Boron. The correct answer is boron. Large diameter reinforced cement concrete RCC pipes are generally joined by joint. A. Flanged iron. B. Collar. C. Flexible. D. Expansion. The correct answer is collar. Increase in the entropy of a system represents the A. Degradation of energy. B. Decrease in system pressure. C. Increase in the availability of energy. D. Increase in the temperature. The correct answer is degradation of energy. Property responsible for the talcum powder to cling to the skin is the A. Capillary action. B. Adhesion. C. Cohesion. D. Surface tension. The correct answer is adhesion. Has a negative coefficient of linear expansion. A. Iron. B. Copper. C. Rubber. D. Nickel. The correct answer is copper. Wavelength of X-rays is about 1 angstrom, however it cannot pass through a sheet of A. Paper. B. Cloth. C. Lead. D. Aluminium. The correct answer is lead. Alloying elements present in heinous stel-lite which has superior performance than high-speed steel are A. Nickel cobalt chromium. B. Tungsten chromium cobalt. C. Manganese chromium cobalt. D. Tungsten molybdenum nickel. The correct answer is tungsten chromium cobalt. The minimum and the maximum number of members required to form a private limited joint stock company are respectively A. 7 and 30. B. 10 and 50. C. 2 and 50. D. 13 and 55. The correct answer is 2 and 50. The leaching solvent used in BA's process for the purification of bauxite is A. Ammonium hydroxide. B. Sodium carbonate. C. Sodium hydroxide. D. Ammonium carbonate. The correct answer is sodium carbonate. Ostempering process results in the formation of structure A. martensitic. B. binitic. C. carburized. D. stressed. The correct answer is binitic. Volume of blast furnace slag is about times the volume of hot metal pig iron of the same weight. A. 1.5. B. 3. C. 5. D. 7. The correct answer is 3. Basic open hearth furnace BOF is not used for producing steel. A. Killed. B. Rimming. C. High alloy. D. None of these. The correct answer is high alloy. Principal alloying element in Elinvar used for making hairsprings for watches is A. copper. B. aluminium. C. nickel. D. zinc. The correct answer is nickel. The value of YCP-CV at 500 C for air most common gases can be safely assumed to be A 0.8, B 1, C 1.4, D 1.8. The correct answer is 1.4. Tesla meter per ampere T. MA is the unit for the measurement of A. Magnetic susceptibility, B. Magnetic moment, C. Permeability of free space, D. Flux density. The correct answer is permeability of free space.